Yo, peace and blessings. And welcome to everybody. Welcome everybody to the Mic Council every Sunday live, 8 p.m. on your favorite YouTube channel, be it Heritage Hip-Hop, the Mixtape Show, or the Hello Effect. My name is
Hello.
Karev, and I'm with the best co-host in the world. Introduce yourselves, please.
The DJ Kawon of the Mixtape Show and Kawon J Media checking in. What's good, fellas?
What's good, everybody? You already know what this is. This seat, Hello Effect, all day. Big Jersey in the building. How y'all doing? Welcome back.
And most importantly, it's great to be back to sit here with y'all and talk hip-hop culture, hip-hop knowledge, and basically to catch up with my brethren and you. So let's catch up. AOC, what was your week like, and what did you do this week?
My week was like, my normal new music Wednesdays. This past Wednesdays, it was game and flow. So they had a lot of people that's in the gaming industry, whether they create games or they hosted the events and stuff like that. And I had a bunch of artists. It was definitely dope. And yesterday I was in Rochdale Village, Queens, supporting my fam out there, Artist Fame, my man Mike, and a bunch of other dope artists out there. I don't know if anybody ever been out there. You haven't? Go out there. That's like their own world. It's 20 buildings and like a vicinity. It's so fire out there. And I found out yesterday that like Summer Belly was actually filmed out there in music videos because Hype Williams was from there. So I had a good time. More clips and videos and interviews is coming, so y'all get to check out what I did. That's pretty much it. And just chilled and vibe. What about y'all? What y'all do?
Oh man, this was we fired the first shot off Boom Bap alumni, man. We dropped the first single, the first video featuring my brothers up in Canada. They go by the name of Cold Camp. And the name of the joint's called Dirty Angels. So it's a dope release so far. Good feedback on it. A lot of people said they didn't see that one coming, and that's what I wanted to do. I chose that video on purpose because it's opening up a new gateway in Canada hip hop too. So it's pretty dope. So more to follow. You know what I'm saying? The first shot by fire from Boom Bap alumni, and we got plenty more to come right now.
That's dope.
Yo, my week was fire. I mean, rest in peace to my uncle. My uncle passed away this week, so salute to Wallace Brown, in the memory of one of the Westfields, New Jersey's greatest citizens. You know what I'm saying? He is being honored by the city, so I wanted to make sure I shout out my uncle out. Besides that, I went to SEO week, the algorithms after party, and I'm starting to see how tech is starting to take over the hip hop industry. And I'm telling everybody who's watching this now, all new artists, everybody who's independent, underground, even mainstream, y'all say y'all don't need labels, but you need to do business like a label. And the way these podcasters and these media people are moving, if y'all haven't tapped into the Mic Council yet, when I tell you all three of us do something that's very important, that's industry related, this is the team that y'all really need to get behind. The new music industry is not music based. It is tech and relationship based. And if you don't understand that, you need to work with us now. Before we get into the show, our services, I am a music solutions specialist. I deal with SEO, GEO, AIO, and it's another one. AEO, AIO, SEO, and GEO. Those are the four things I handle. And also marketing, promotion, and rollout. You got DJ Kawon, who not only releases music, he also has beats, he does interviews, and he does placements. You also have Seek, who does production. Not only does he do interviews, but he also can hook you up with live events and tap you into people who are moving around and putting people in place. So if you're not tapped into us now, when we blow up, in the words of the great Fat Joe, yesterday's price is not today's price. Because we gonna be one of the ones, because we already have the groundwork to be those ones right now. And today we're gonna focus on the new music industry. And I'll let Kawan start it off. What did you want to talk about when it came to the industry?
Yeah, let's talk about Spotify as a business plan now. They recognize that, since the streams are getting hit with a lot of AI stuff, and they're gonna basically this is like a tiered process now. They're gonna try to move the consumer away from they know consumers don't want to hear AI generated stuff, so now they're gonna create a tier where if you want to pay for it, you can listen to real artists, right? So how do they do that? They got to tag the artist first and make sure the artists get basically a badge, right? And it's going to be a verification thing to show that they're a live person. This is live music. And you know, of course it's not, to me it's not geared towards the indie artists. It's just to phase out the indie artists again. But with this new verification process, for you to meet that criteria now, and I got it written down here so I can speak what it is. You got to have at least 10,000 active monthly listeners for 3 consecutive months to qualify. Be in good standing with Spotify's policies and no deceptive behavior. For profile authenticity, signals of a real identifiable artist's presence both on and off platform, such as concert dates, merch, and linked social media accounts on the artist profile. Profiles that appear to primarily represent AI generated or AI persona artists are not eligible for review. Once the artist reaches these above recommendations, they will be eligible for a comprehensive review. So they make you jump through hoops just to get a comprehensive review, and they didn't really give an example of what that is. So, again, I think they're trying to once again screw the indie artists again, right? Because they already got the artists on the indie side that if you don't get at least 1,000 streams per month, you don't get a payout through Spotify. So they already cut you off with the legs there. So now they're saying just to get you a badge to say that you're a live person, you got to have at least 10,000 streams for 3 months consecutive. So my answer to that, man, and like you said earlier, the music industry is becoming a tech. I think the music industry has always been the tech industry, even back to the day when we had Motown, right? The technology back then was the record players. The technology back then was the car radios. It's advanced now more because now we can get information, we can get data. That's the new music industry is data. I would say that to combat that and not fight the algorithm, but if you think about it this way, 1,000 streams or 1,000 listeners a month for them seems like it's nothing. But imagine if you were in a restaurant with 1,000 people in there and they playing your music. That's a win, right? For you. That's for the eyeball test. You got 1,000 people in the room listening to your music, and out of that 1,000, you make a convert 10% of that, 100 people purchasing your music. That's a win for the artist all day. So I say, if that's the goal that they set for the streaming, I think that should be a personal goal you should set for yourself as an artist. If you say I need to have at least 1,000 streams a month, well, let me go find 1,000 people that can buy my music independently, right? So I was showing the fellows earlier how we doing for my project is we'll have tapes and CDs and stuff, but we also going to have digital cards. This is the actual Boom Bap alumni album. So you get it autographed, signed by me, and you can tap this to your phone, and then what it does, it gives you access to the album. It opens up the album, and I got extra content on there already. I already got the instrumental version of the album on there. I have extra music videos on there. I have promo videos on there. I have promo videos from other artists who are on the project and stuff like that, and I can update that in real time. So when I sell these or I give these away with the physical copies, I create my email database, and now I have access to my listeners that I can email every time I upload the card, or if I just want to send them out a quick email. And you're building the fan base, you're building the trust, and you're building stuff like that. So I get what the streaming systems are. I understand they put a lot of money in their setup to create those pretty little profiles for you, for people to search your music. And I say use that as a tool. Don't rely on that. It's always going to be extra income you can make off your music. It's not what you want to get paid, but it's supplemental income for the music. So think of it that way, and try to find a way to touch the fans and get those fans in front of your face, whether you do shows live, you do open mics, or you do joints like what Seek does, and you want to get in front of some real people. Always have something on hand that's in relation to your music, so you can at least try to make a little change off of that, or at least convert that listener into a fan. So it's just another thing where the industry is trying to screw over the indie, so you got to outthink them and just kind of look at their guidelines and see how you can work within those parameters to build your independent platform yourself. You know what I mean?
What you think about that?
My thing is, why do we still need like Spotify and all these streaming apps if we have like Bandcamps and stuff like that? Because to me, I really don't think we need it, especially if you already got a fan base. If you already got a fan base, you just got to do what they did back in the day when they selling them shits out of their trunk. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Because we don't even know if these streams is real. We still not gonna ever know, especially if they're controlling it. You know what I mean? Because we didn't know about that shit from the beginning until these bigger artists came out and said that shit. So me personally, I don't even own Spotify, and I don't got Apple no more. You know what I mean? Because why I'm gonna pay a monthly thing and I could go to YouTube and get the free music. Like, you understand what I'm saying? My Bluetooth in my car, I could go whoever album. I could put whoever album in it that's got this shit on YouTube, mainstream or not mainstream, and you can create a playlist and you can play the whole shit consistently. Like, I mean, back and forth or whatever. So I feel like fuck Spotify, fuck all these big things. Everybody need to just get back to making a website and see what you doing. Do that. I know it's hard in a sense because a lot of people lazy and they got comfortable with having these things. Like, I just got to upload my shit everywhere. Nah, they getting it. Y'all getting it bad into the stick. You know what I mean? So y'all got to, if y'all want to really make some money, get around road people. Touch these people. Make them feel your music. You know what I mean? If you make great music, the people will let you know either it's good or bad. If it's bad, that's constructive criticism. Go back to the drawing boards, you know what I mean, and get back to it. That's what pretty much I got to say about when it comes to like all these streaming and shit like that, because nobody's getting money. It's too many fucking music and artists to really focus on. I really can't. Every other day, somebody dropping a project. Like, you understand what I'm saying? And you don't, Karev don't, I don't. A lot of people don't have too much time to really listen to somebody full project because nobody dropping EPs. They dropping like LPs, like double disc and shit like that with music video and shit like that. So, I mean, that's all I got, Karev.
Yeah, I'm actually and what I'm doing, my plan, one of my plans is I'm not going to put the whole album on streaming. I'm just going to put the release singles and videos because I treat the streaming like a playlist because that's all it is, right? Like you just said, I can go in there, I can create a playlist of my favorite joints. So every time I release one of the videos or the singles from the album, I'll just throw that on the streams. But if you want the full album, you got to come to me through the website, or we partner with Mad Good Records if you want the physicals and download it on their Bandcamp. But that's nope, they're never going to get the whole album from me again on streaming. It's just going to be singles, and that's about it from on my stuff. When I work with artists, whatever they want to do, that's them. But when it comes to my stuff, it's just going to be the singles from here on out. It's not going to be the full album.
Nah, that's tough.
I will say this to y'all. Shout out to our sister T Quest. Salute T Quest from the Almighty Fleet DJ family. Salute to you. Shout out to Drums Rugged. Drums Rugged is in the building. Shout out to Candid House Photo. Salute to the sis. We up in here. Thank y'all for joining us. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. But I want to say this, yo. Tech is definitely part of the game, and it's smart that you're showing that because if y'all haven't noticed, Spotify is doing that to crack down on AI, but look what Tidal's doing to Spotify. Spotify is giving independent artists the ability to load their album straight into Tidal without the middleman and getting paid for it. Because if your song gets featured, you get $1,000 from Tidal straight up. So Kawon, if Boom Bap Alumni, one of them singles really is, you know which one I think you should do. But if you want to put a song up there and it really catches and it goes on Tidal, they're paying artists direct from themselves to upload directly on them, like you would directly upload on SoundCloud and everything. My thing is this though. This is the Nipsey conversation about Bitcoin and things like that, and using it to highlight your career and access to your music to a whole nother demographic, which is the tech world. Everything is tech. Video games, phones, we got cell phones, tablets, computers, earpods, translator apps. Everything's app related. And the new music industry is definitely geared towards having this in your hand and using it for more than putting it on your ear and looking at ass and titties all day. This is really your tool to not only be seen, heard, but to also learn what the game is. So, Kawon, you want to say something more about that? I saw you on mute. What you want to say?
Yeah, no, you definitely want to look into the tech. You don't want to run from it, but you want to use it to your advantage. Like, you don't have to do what everybody else is doing with it. Find your niche with it and how you can freak it and run with it, man. Like, think about Ryan Leslie. He utilized social media to be one of the first independent artists to kind of build his own thing where he was going
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely look at social media and look at tech and how it benefits you and kind of what sticks with you. Like, I've always grown up as a collector. I've always loved to buy music and purchase music, and that's seems like that's the type of people that I attract when it comes to making music. So I'm gonna stay within that lane, and I'm gonna just find different ways with technology how we can enhance that experience. You know what I mean? Where somebody's like, "Oh snap, I never thought about that," or "Oh man, that's pretty fly how they did that." So that's what I'm always trying to look for.
Nah, that's fine that you speak on Ryan Leslie because I seen something a while ago where he started doing direct to consumer. I think it was something with like a phone number. Like you'll have a phone number and he'll give you all that. And he's talking about all the money he was making. That's what I'm saying. That's a smart way. And I feel like everybody should do that, but nobody's gonna listen to that. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna do it that way because, like I said, they feel like it's extra work. It's a lot of work doing what they're doing right now. Like, you know what I mean? But these indie artists out here, they don't want to spend no money. That's the thing. That's the realistic part of it. They don't want to spend no money nowhere. They'd rather try to hop on somebody platform or somebody radio station for free. That's why I feel like anybody that's serious about their stuff, like us and other people, you got to start charging these artists at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Because it's an investment. You know what I mean? If you're serious about what you do, it all goes down. You need marketing dollars, you need promotion dollars. And no matter the bigger you get, the more money you're gonna need. That's what they don't understand. Because you got to pay more people to be seen like that. So Ryan Leslie was smart at what he's doing. And Kawon, you smart, just putting singles out there. If you want the full project, come to the website. That's simple. Fuck streaming.
True. And what's the best way I could put this without sounding crazy? Y'all niggas corny anyway. So if y'all want to decorny yourself, y'all need to really just hire us. Because if it's too much work, come get help. All jokes aside though, listen, I'm gonna ask y'all a question because Kawan, you are in your artist producer lane. Seek, you are an artist and a podcaster. I'm gonna ask y'all one question. I'm gonna ask to see if y'all can answer this for me. What's an A-ref?
A ref.
Yeah, and it's not a nigga that wears a zebra shirt.
No, I don't saying something with a reference, right? Is that what the ref stands for? REF? Nope. All right.
That's a term. If you're in the industry, you know, and if you're in tech, you definitely know how important the A-ref is. So, ladies and gentlemen, when I say I do what I do proficiently, and this man has cards and albums coming out and seeks out with the movers and shakers, I'm telling you, we only gonna talk but for so long. There's gonna be a time when you're gonna want to catch us, and we're not gonna be available.
Yeah,
It's coming.
I already hit you fellas. It's like, yo, when the album
Yeah, I'm
drops,
gonna be.
I get together.
Hell yeah.
Let's do this. Let's work.
Coming, y'all. It's coming.
Look, I'm unavailable right now. I'm just being real transparent. Like I'm unavailable. Like I got so much shit like that I gotta take care of because somebody always see come here. And I'm doing other shit. So I'm unavailable. So if anybody that's watching want to do business with me, holla at me. You know what I mean? All that free shit, to be honest with you, that shit out the window for me, like preferably. You know what I mean? The things that I do that's considered free is not really free because that person, I'm collabing with that person. So we both going to benefit off of it. You know what I mean? If you bring something like that to the table, that's different. But see, can I do this? Is a charge for me to sit down and interview with you. Because this is something for real. This ain't me just a hobby. Nah, this is business. That's all I gotta say on that.
After going to the SEO week, right? Salute to Icon, the Mike King, and his team, and seeing that he's an artist that went into tech, became a millionaire, throws concerts, and owns a venue, and does tech for Fortune 500 companies with retainers of about $1,500 to $5,000 a month just to have them walk in the building and look at their stuff and say, all right, do this, and then leave. That
Smart.
goes to show you where the industry is going. And you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something transparently. A long time ago, I had a dream that I was sitting at the table with Dame Dash, Diddy, 50, like people, and it was like we was all together and we was talking business. All I'm going to say is, I don't know I'm not trying to do nothing crazy to get there, but that's a seat of power with men of knowledge and men of a certain know-how that knows how to run this industry. If the industry has been given into tech, why do you think the artists stay behind in knowing that if times are changing, they don't change with it? What do you think?
That's a loaded question because so let's talk about artists who kind of are in the hustle, right? Not the hobbyists, right? I would say for those type of artists, I think when they sniff a little bit of success, they kind of get stuck there because they think that's what got them there, and they don't want to open up and they don't want to think about other ways to get to that next level, right? You get comfortable, basically. You get comfortable, and you feel like my way is the right way. You know what I mean? But when I see OGs like one of my favorite DJs is Jazzy Jeff, right? He openly loves technology and he wants to mess with the new stuff so he can see what he can do with it because he already has the foundation and the basics down, right? So how can I freak what I got and make it better? I think we kind of got to have that mentality as people in our realm in our industry, as content creators, as musicians, as whatever. We always got to look at what's out there and look for the next big thing. I learned that through work. Like in my job, we always have this phrase, and we always looking for the next big thing, no matter what it is, so we can enhance the business. And you got to have that mindset. You got to look at what's the next big thing that can enhance my business. Don't worry about what the industry is doing like that. You see what the industry is bringing into it, and you say, how can I use that to do what I do, right? So I think artists, you kind of gotta pay attention to what's going on around you. Take the things that made you successful, but always leave that space open for those blind spots you may have missed, so you can add on to that. Because after you keep dropping music different ways, and you keep adding on to what made you successful, then that overnight success is going to look different for you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna know that you hustled for years to get to that point, but for the average person, it's going to look like an overnight success because you've been perfecting it with each release. You know what I mean? So you got to have that open mind. You always got to be open minded in this industry.
You mind repeating the question?
Like, why do you think with the times changing, artists are being left behind, or why they're not changing with the times to promote themselves and put things out so they can be seen?
I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it's laziness, yo. I can't put that past it because, and then another thing is too, artists believe the popular opinion, like, and I mean that by if it's a noticeable figure in the industry, they saying it, they do it, or if they not, they ain't. I be seeing a lot of artists that I deal with, like, you know what I mean, like, damn, like, cause that person said it, that don't mean it's right to be in the comments, like, nah, you really gotta look at what's going on. And if you want to be ahead of the curve, you got to react quick. But some people is just slow, and some people don't take their music serious as the next. Like, you understand what I'm saying? They just do it for a hobby. They ain't looking at it as a business mind. Because in the back of their mind, they think of somebody coming to save them. Everybody still got that old way of thinking like they're gonna get signed to a label. And it's not happening like that. Like, and I trying to keep explaining that shit. Ain't nobody coming to the hood like they did and found Nas and whoever they found. Nah, you gotta really get a team. It's so many artists out here, and it's so many people just like me and you, all of us that does things. If we all could come together with somebody that's willing to invest, then you can start seeing results. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So that's the problem. Everybody wants something for free, a handout. They don't want to pay Karev. They don't want Karev to help them. Now, Karev, let me help them. You know what I mean? Then you do them one favor and they don't invest, then you say no to the next one, then they hate you. So that's what it is to me. Like, that's what I see. Artists are lazy. They always want handouts. You know what I mean? They never want to invest in themselves. They feel like, why? Because I got the talent. I can find any talent out there right now. It's so many people with talent. Nothing special about you got to put yourself out there. How can the world know you if you all fall in it? That's like finding where's Waldo, in a sense. Like, yo, that's it. I don't want to get mad. I'm good.
Hey, let me tell y'all something. Let's break this down because those are new artists we're talking about. What about these veteran artists? Check this out. And I want to bring something up to y'all. I really want y'all to know. The Michael Jackson movie came out, right? If you've paid attention to the algorithms, the Jackson 5 videos are popping. Michael Jackson's videos are popping. I seen Randy, Jermaine, the Victory Tour, Reby, Janet, anybody with a Jackson last name for that family, all their stuff is flooding. Now, let me tell you how technology works, ladies and gentlemen. Seek said nobody's coming to the hood. Well, the hood is the internet. It's all, y'all, we're all connected now. So if you have something and you can have something pop of yours, that's when you start promoting things to go this way, that way, this way, that way. And everybody comes back to the main focus, which is the movie, which brings them back out to you.
Mm-hmm.
And if a new artist is competing with other, well, legacy artists like Michael Jackson and Jacksons, if they're competing with them, you have to have a digital footprint or a tech footprint or tech ID to let people know that you exist so that you can be heard and you can be experienced. Because music right now is dead. You have to sell the experience, not the music. The music is the highlight of the experience. So that's why we see the need for people to tap in to making everything relevant instead of making everything accessible.
Mm-hmm.
Because just because you out there don't mean everybody want it. A bad example, there's always somebody out there that's extra sexually active that people don't want to sleep with. It's there, but you don't want to touch it. That's how music's become. It's out there so much that I get to it when I want to, and I'm not excited to get to it. But if you give me something along with the music, now I'm peaked because that video and that interview will make me want to listen to you. That's why we do this. Or that video, that shot will highlight what you have out. That's why I want to watch it. It's very interesting to see that now the industry, if y'all haven't paid attention, the music video has come back into prominence. When everybody just did it with their phone, it's not like that now. It's really something. And if you don't put your music video out a certain way with certain wording, it doesn't get picked up by certain music outlets. So now what you're seeing is, and the Michael Jackson movie was perfect because Mike ain't released a new song in years.
Mm-hmm.
But that soundtrack and the best of Michael Jackson went crazy. And now the Jackson's Victory album is hot right now, where people are running the video for Torture, Girl, I Want Your Body. Randy Jackson, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't Randy the one who got shot in the ass by Tina Turner because he's beating up a hoe or something? But not for real. Like, think about
it. I never heard that story. Now I gotta do some research.
Wow. But think about that.
That's crazy.
Those things are coming back out. And then now that people are saying, well, Janet's not in the movie, now people are looking and streaming Scream, and they want to know what's up with Janet and all this stuff. So this is a fair warning to everybody who doesn't understand. If the new music industry is this, you can release your music, but if you don't have the team, the tech, and the savvy to do it a certain way, not only are you going to be one of those artists that are never mentioned or seen, you're just going to be a click away from not ever being noticed at all. So when Heritage Hip-Hop says we're more than music, we introduce you to your future favorite artists today while celebrating hip-hop culture, and we say the Mic Council is culturally driven with no skips. We are now the Mic Council. We help independent artists be recognized, seen, and heard, and not forgotten. Think about that. Yo, I'm done with that. Shout out to the Tri-Borough Gigolo who jumped in. Peace, God. Nice to talk to my mans. MJ's music is timeless, but not Randy, my brother. People are streaming Randy Jackson right now.
You know, a big is a wave. You know what I mean? Like, they do that shit. That's like when somebody passed away. Like, especially if an artist you didn't know. Or who's this person? You know what I mean? Just like that that dude that allegedly killed that minor. What's his name? David. Yeah, who the fuck was he before that?
Nobody. He's nobody today. Fuck him.
He's nobody today, but he's somebody in the sense of society because I'm pretty sure his streamers, because you know how people do, his streamers probably went up because they searching who the fuck this is. Oh, let me hear his music.
They pulled
so they can put their opinion on it.
Yeah, streamers pop pulled.
Yeah, they pulled.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yeah.
And check this out.
Okay.
He's not more popping than Randy Jackson. My nigga Randy Jackson.
Yeah, I saw
your body.
I think I saw like
that TMZ shit. That TMZ clip where they asked him about his hair. Why it should be looking like that?
Who?
Randy Jackson.
Oh God. See? Randy out here, y'all.
No, hold on. Was that Randy? Hold on, my bad. That wasn't Randy. Was that Jermaine?
You talking about Jermaine?
It's probably Jermaine. Probably Jermaine.
Jermaine. My bad. It was Jermaine. Yeah. That's the dude that got the
slick
hair.
Who looked like the afro. He looked like the scarecrow from the Wiz movie.
He said the afro come out like this.
Oh, he said Hold on. Tri-Borough Gigolo said Marlon. See, I don't even know the nigga name, but he popping right now.
I saw them promoting old Facts of Life clips when I guess Jermaine was on there, and it was showing. So like you said, the algorithm, anything Jackson's is popping up now.
My man, I'm looking up videos on YouTube to study my tech stuff, and damn Torture came up, and Jermaine Jackson do what you do, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? That the
Let him
Jacksons
eat.
is flooding it right
Shit,
now.
let him eat. Let him
We gonna,
eat.
we gonna get Centipede and all those classics.
Yes,
soon, right?
Reby Jackson is back. This is out here again. Yo, it's crazy right now.
Don't forget about LaToya.
I don't know nothing about LaToya except for
Nah, she be out. She be out saying hello and doing little interviews and stuff like that.
LaToya wrote a book. It's full of lies. LaToya, I don't know nothing about LaToya.
Except for that Playboy issue she was in, right? That was like the big thing for her.
She did Playboy?
Yeah, I think she did Playboy for like around that time. It was like
Glad
a big
I
deal.
missed it. Glad I missed it. I'm so good on LaToya. But yo, where this born, the Jacksons is popping. And that just goes to show y'all the new music industry is not about what song you have out. It's about what can you put out to make people watch you to learn about your song.
That's a fact.
It's all about experiences, ladies and gentlemen. Disneyland sells experiences and you buy the fucking mouse ears. The music industry is now, who are you and why should I invest in you? Not, oh, I got a hot song out, now let me learn about you. Those days are dead. That Motown era that y'all keep following is dead. That Def Jam and Loud Records and stuff that y'all want to follow, dead. And you know what? One of the people who actually was helping to push the experience part of the music industry into people's homes was Dame Dash. If y'all remember, Dame Dash had a TV show on BET where he was looking to hire interns, and that was bringing people from outside of the culture into the culture to build on the culture. And I think one of the people who was on the show was trying to teach Dame back then in the early 2000s that Rockefeller needs to own their masters and open up a website where they can get exclusive songs and freestyles only if you are a member to the Rockefeller website. And look at where we are right now. That he was ahead of the curve with that back then. And Dame Dash is a person who is highly underappreciated when it comes to the music industry, the business of music, and also the legacy of great minds in music. What y'all think about Dame Dash? Seek, why don't you take that over and let's talk about that?
First of all, I'm gonna shout out to Dame Dash. You know what I mean? He's one of the great black executives, mongols in the industry, you know what I mean, that's still currently relevant, no matter if people thinks he's broke or whatever the case may be. I think the issue with Dame Dash, society thinks he's a loudmouth, you know what I mean? And loudmouths really don't get that much love, you know what I mean? No matter if they're doing good or bad, you know what I mean? Like, they don't get that much love. And I think that's the only issue that Dame Dash has, is, you know what I mean? Because he helped a lot of people out. You know what I mean? Recently, he's been going on these, people go call it rants or whatever you call it, but he is an interview. He's on a podcast. If I'm sitting at an interview, somebody asks me these questions, no matter what my delivery is, I'm gonna still speak my truth. You know what I mean? He talked about how, you know what I mean, Cameron, somebody that he once helped, you know what I mean, bringing up his name, his financial status, got the world thinking that he's fucked up out here. Just because he don't have 30 million now don't mean he's fucked up. Another person, you know what I mean, he had a situation with was Kevin Hart. I didn't know he helped him out, and a bunch of other people. You know what I mean? I think us, as in the culture, you know what I mean, we tend to forget the people that help us. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure y'all help people along y'all way. Y'all helping people right now. You know what I mean? If you tell them one no, or you feel like I don't want to do this no more, you want to charge them, watch how they switch on you. So I think that's the whole thing with Dame Dash. You know, I really never heard, except for Beanie Siegel was the only person I heard that really said that Dame Dash had pretty much stole. He was talking about the state property joint, but I don't really know so much details about that. It's a little back and forth, but I pray that they two could go sit down and have a conversation so we get some really clarity, you know what I mean, of the situation. Because like any other business, if I'm investing or I'm putting money up for you, I'm gonna recoup most of the money. I don't give a fuck if you came up with the name. I still have to put the funding. That's like if I invest in any of y'all. Do y'all expect to get 100%? No, y'all expect to get my return and like that. But I want to shout out to Dame Dash. Like I said, he's continued to break down a lot of barriers. You know what I mean? He was a major figure in Rockefeller. This thing about it, no Dame Dash, you think Rockefeller. Like everybody think Jay-Z is this the number one businessman. He the face, but he has a team. And Dame Dash, you know what I mean, and Kareem Biggs and a bunch of other people, you know what I mean, was a part of that team. So shout out to Dame Dash. That's what I gotta say. And also he helped out my man. What's my man from Currency? I don't know what happened to this situation. I know he was signed to him and he said something else. So them two people, Benny Siegel and Currency. That's it.
He helped out Lee Daniels too. He gave him a lot of
Yeah,
money
yeah, 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 yeah,
to
yeah,
do
yeah.
something too. Yeah, man. I think Dame Dash is one of the greatest minds in the industry, business wise. I feel like he he made Rockefeller flavor. He gave Rockefeller the flavor with the him being from Harlem and the swag and all that stuff. I think he pumped a lot of that into the Rockefeller system. With the coming out in the early '90s with the Lexus cars and all that stuff and the champagne bottles and all that. Um, like you said, I think with him being the way he is personality wise, he turned off a lot of people. But for him, that was his like when you're in the wild with the lions and stuff, and the lions roar loud to let you know that I'm not one to play with. I think him being the way he is him saying, I know the business. Y'all can't take advantage of me, right? So I think that's why they did the divide and conquer thing with him and Jay, is they knew that Dame knew the business and Dame wasn't gonna have the BS. So they knew they can pander to Jay-Z a little bit more on the industry side. Um, I feel like, people like you said, people always kind of knock Dame because he go in these interviews and he seem like he always talking about Jay and everything like that. Um, I honestly think, man, the brother's just hurt, man. Think about it. Think about it. When you start something with somebody and y'all did all these great things for the industry and y'all made a name for yourself and you built something from nothing to something, man, where everybody was screaming Rockefeller, throwing up the rock sign and all that, and all of a sudden it gets ended that way, kind of shady. Like he hurt. Like that's what that is, bro. That's why he lashes out so much talking about all this stuff because he was the one who co-signed Kanye first because Jay didn't want to sign Kanye. He was the one who kind of pushed for the like the UGK Big Pimpin'. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the one who was behind a lot of these big moves that helped pivot the Rockefeller thing. And at the end of the day, he gets the short end of the stick, and he looked like he the one that's bitter and angry. So I just think he hurt, man. And sometimes it's hard to get over that. You just can't get over that kind of stuff, man. Especially when you put that much time, energy, and effort into something to build $1 billion business out of that. That's crazy. So I definitely I feel for him sometimes, and he do be out there looking kind of bad, but I appreciate that Dame has the heart of a lion, bro, and he's always gonna speak his truth, and I always appreciate that about him.
Nah, that's what's up. And let me say something. My back, Karev. This go up to the last comment too to Triberry. Dame sounds
Wait,
bitter.
let's
All
put it
these
up.
interviews.
Let's put it up. Let's put it up so you can see it.
No, not that one. The other one.
Okay, well, let's put. I Gary that Dame when it comes to business, but he throws shade at people like Currency and Jay. Dame sound bitter in all these interviews now, like someone that wants his flowers for doing things 20 years ago.
I pretty much Kawon. You know what I mean, you pretty much. I'm gonna piggyback what you said. You know what I mean, he's hurt, and at the end of the day, when a person, woman, and man speak their truth, that's their truth. They're allowed to speak their truth. I'm in front of the world, and a lot of these secrets and a lot of these things that you name, Kawon, people probably don't know. You know what I mean? So they got to bring awareness to that. Look what I did, and I am upset. But let's just not talk about Dame Dash. There's a bunch of other artists that be going these interviews and they be sounding bitter, like LL Cool J. Like you know what I mean? He a person that always talking about different people like Jay-Z and other people in the industry. You know what I mean? He feel like he the greatest. If you feel like the greatest, everybody gonna feel like that. But to be the greatest, the people gonna make you the greatest. You know what I mean? It's the people, the listeners. You know what I mean? So I think Dame Dash was trying to hold a lot of this shit inside so much, but every time you look, somebody is mentioning his name. So now it's time for me to tell my truth. Like, you understand what I'm saying? And I'm interested, really. That's why I pray I get a chance to interview him, because I want to ask this question. Like, what would it be if Dame Dash wasn't over there, right? And another thing is, like, who did Jay-Z really help that's really successful in a sense, other than Memphis Bleak? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like from when it comes to all his artists, don't say Kanye West, because Kanye ain't over there. When Rockefeller broke up, they went their own ways. But who did Jay-Z help out? If anybody can answer that question.
So who
That's
kind of like who did he build from the? Who did he build from the?
loaded
Yeah.
That's
question.
still around, that's successful, that made it like damn, yo, you know what I mean? Because Rockefeller was successful. It was
That's
successful. They just had
a
a falling out.
loaded question because
I was thinking about that other day. I'm like, yo, who the fuck do he really? And there's people that really rock with him still. That's another thing.
that's a loaded question because a lot of Jay's accolades with building an artist comes from after Rockefeller. Feel me?
I don't want to know about the Rockefeller. I want to know about the like Rockefeller people he built with, like the Chris and Neves, the Young Guns, the State Properties, like
That's all.
the Mills. Like
That's all. The Dame to me, and I could be
Okay.
wrong because think
Okay.
about this, yo. When I look at the legacy of Dame and Rockefeller compared to Jay didn't sign no artist. That was Dame and Big's call, but all three had to be on the same page to do it.
Mhm.
So that's a loaded question because if Jay says, yeah, do that, he is a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at it, Jay did try to take Beans under his wing too.
but look what he did to
fucked-
Beans.
and he
Look what he
fucked
did to
up the
Beans.
Truth album by putting that Anything song on there, which it didn't need to be on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But
know
look
what
what
I'm
he did to Beans. He couldn't even sign him out for jail to come home.
But look what Beans did to Beans.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
we do the thing. I ain't gonna lie, we do things. We all do things ourselves. But still, in all, if I do something myself and I know I did wrong, if you my friend, you ain't gonna help me.
Nah,
That
you
has nothing to
can't
do with friendship. That's business.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, that's
Nope.
it can't be a liability to the.
No.
to the business. Yeah.
It was business, but he could sit him as his friend. Yes or no?
No, I never
Yes,
heard him
he-
say it was his friend.
Yes. That was his
He
man.
did?
Yes. Everybody know
Cause-
their relationship. You know what I mean?
Because
But
that business thing will make you look cool with somebody, and then as soon as that shit fuck with your money, you ain't friends no more.
nah, that's
why
why
they
they
got
don't fuck
That's
with
why
him.
they got them cartoons. That's why they got them cartoons with
That's why I don't fuck with
Jay-Z
Jay. That's
running
what a
from
lot of
Diddy,
people
and
don't
Diddy
fuck with
saying,
Jay.
"Be my friend," and he won't be his friend. Let's go to the comments real quick. Tribero says Dame was a great businessman for Rockefeller. But why go on a platform talking about currencies dreads? What does that have to do with Dame? I didn't see
What-
that. I don't
Well, let
know.
me say something. We don't know the other side of the story, though. That's what I'm saying. The stuff we see is one-sided. It's three sides of a story. I think everybody forget that. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Well, if Currency did something, but it never came out. There's a reason why people be talking about people. People just saying, I mean, sometimes people talk about people for no reason, but
Yeah, just go to Drums Rugged. I'm just sitting back, really listening, peeping tonight's show, learning a lot and getting a lot of good information. Really start looking how to promote myself different. Good. Rockefeller only promoted Jay-Z and Kanye did his own thing. They were the biggest stars. State Property was a separate entity. Not necessarily it wasn't.
they
It
always
was
one
supposed to be-
crew, yo. They
yeah,
was
and that
all
was
one
supposed
crew.
to be
Everybody
Jay-Z's.
was doing up the Rockefeller sign, man. Everybody was doing up the Rockefeller
Yeah,
sign.
and that was supposed to be Jay's division of Rockefeller, while Cam was Dame's division of Rockefeller. So we gotta be careful with that. John Burrow says Jay gives advice to artists like Stove God Cooks, and he helped the Clips get off of Def Jam. But he said he wanted to focus on the Rockefeller only.
Yeah, help your home team. Why you helping people that ain't under your team? That's how I look at it, man. You supposed to help home base. You know what I mean? Everybody's supposed to be looking good. Even if there's separation. I know people gonna talk about too much flossing, too much Sam Rothstein. I know people gonna use that quote, that line, like people just was blowing the money. Everybody was blowing money that time. They was getting it fast. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
one great point Kawon said, you don't end business like that, especially if we start the shit together. If we having differences and you feel like you wanna separate, why can't I prepare myself? Was it they friends? Or they just business?
Dame and Biggs?
Yeah, well, Dame Dad thought he was his friend because he said that shit really hurt.
That's
That was
what
my
I
friend.
say. Yeah, that's what I say. I think they all view the relationships different. Yeah, they may all just view the relationships different too. You know what I mean?
I don't know, bro.
I had to learn from that too. I mean, I had to learn from that too. I thought I had relationships with people where I thought we were cooler than we were, and they basically let me know it was business. So once they let me know it was business, I had to let them know business. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be something clear with y'all. I'm friends with y'all. Just let y'all know, and we doing business together. I could do both. Like you understand what I'm saying? I could do both because at the end of the day, you should want your friends to do good. So we doing business together. Why would I? You know what I mean?
Shout out to Gangstar MOP. Family business. Friends versus friendship versus BI, whatever that song.
Yeah.
That tell you is because we friends, but when it comes to business, we put the friendship aside so we can not destroy it. Make sure the business is right.
Exactly.
Right. And I think that's what it comes. I think, look, man, I'm gonna say this. Westside Gun proved this to me. He had a whole song with a hook of his song, and the end of one song is "I ride my own stick." Listen, when you have artists and they want to be the main person, and the egos get into it, ego takes over for a lot of artists. Watch the Throne was supposed to be the biggest thing, and now look where Jay-Z and Kanye at right now. You know what I'm saying? Tribera Gigolo said, "Money ruins friendships." You are not lying, because I got a friendship right now that's pretty rocky due to money. You know what I'm saying? And I wish that person the best.
I don't let that get in between me though. Like money and no shape or way or form. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't look at money that important to be like, damn, I ain't fucking with this person unless you steal it from me. That's different. If you steal it, I'm talking about somebody stealing this shit from me. Like, we conduct business.
Exactly.
Yeah. Nah, for me, it's the principle of it. Because if I'm looking out for you financially on some things, and then you act like I'm tripping because I'm asking for it back, then I see where we coming from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've been to that phase in my life. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I put myself out there to where people wouldn't even ask to borrow from me. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
That's why I say I don't do money. I tell people I don't do money, bro. I don't do money. We don't do that. We don't do that yet. I help point you in the right direction. I'll tell you what credit union to go sign up for, but I can't do that.
And that's smart. And that's smart. Because guess what? The people in power don't loan it to you, but you will use the person who's right next to you. That's some bullshit. I don't respect. You know what I'm saying? But how y'all liking this show tonight? Make sure y'all keep dropping them comments and hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to Heritage Hip-Hop, DJ Kawon, and the Hello Effect on YouTube. When each page reaches 5,000 subscribers, we're going to do something for you, the listener, the viewer, everybody who's there on this journey with us. And believe me, it's going to be worth your while. We got something coming up. And also, be clear, coming up very soon. Well, we'll get to that at the end of the show. The point of today's show is about the industry. And you know what's funny to me? I just wanted to just touch on something. I'll maybe do this on another show, or I'll do it. Hip-hop was used to help people, and now hip-hop is being used to harm people. You know what I'm saying? Look at what the industry is doing to people. I interviewed T Money. Shout out to T Money, formerly of Yo MTV Raps. And I asked him, what's the most important instrument in hip-hop today? Or the most important instrument in hip-hop? And he said it was this. He said, because if we had camera phones back in the day and we could show y'all what happened on tour, you wouldn't even know. And today that we live in the age of knowledge, and now we got AI, everything's at your hand, at your fingertips, and people are not asking the right questions. You got people on Twitter right now asking, who is this? Showing pictures of Rose Monroe, Victoria Cakes, and Jada Fire. If y'all know who they are, y'all some nasty.
Yeah, I was a dirty dog back in the day, in the 90s, 2000.
Shout out to Rose Monroe. You know what I'm saying? But keeping it real, people are so into that we don't see people hurting. We don't see the gas going up to almost $5 in New Jersey and $10 in other places and $8.43 in Minnesota or something like that. We're not talking about the hunger crisis. We're not talking about the lack of when it comes to music. And we talked last week about Go-Go Morrow crying about things, and even with the cost of things going up as an artist, if you're not already making enough money and you're doing that, we understand that as artists because we are content creators. Our money goes into our house and it goes into our equipment, it goes into our marketing, goes into our promotion. Me, it's going into my studies, it's going into, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has something to do. And hip-hop used to be the greatest form of mental health healing. And now hip-hop is the greatest form of inducing negative mental health. And while the men used to talk in hip-hop to try to get stuff off their chest, now people are talking because it's free. We're getting to a point where even when we look at Dame Dash, people get on him about what he says. And if Dame Dash is really hurt, this is his catharsis to get it out so he could get recognized, be unrespected, heal, and then move on. And because people don't let him heal, look at where he's at. Because every interview he said, why y'all keep asking me about Jay? Ask Jay about Jay. Why you asking me? Why you keep asking me about Leor? Leor did, and y'all side with him. Why y'all asking me? It seems like people are so dumbfounded and stuck on the negatives that it's like hip hop is not healing. And now that, like I said, people are stuck in that bad mental space, the world is changing and going towards tech, but you still in your feelings, sitting there doing nothing. I think we're in a very interesting place now because with technology going to where it is, mental health going where it is, especially after COVID and people being shut down, locked in, and now we see the financial institutions going crazy. I think for real, if we would really have a world crisis, I think people would literally bug out and the music couldn't help people heal because people are not tapped into what healing is and what pain they're actually going through. That's all I wanted to say. Y'all can add on to that if y'all want, or we could just start getting ready to
Nah, they're gonna continue to ask Dame about Jay-Z because Jay-Z ain't gonna address none of that shit. So like they just trying to get clicks. You already know how this media shit work, yo. Like you understand what I'm saying? Like they looking for rage bait, you know what I mean? Some shit they put up there because like certain keywords get picked up on the algorithm. You know what I mean? Dame Dash talk about Jay-Z. So that shit is gonna go crazy numbers. That's what they do that shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, you're right. It's no healing because we at a point where negativity drives up views, you know what I mean? And views turn into dollars. So people trying to find the most craziest fucking content to put out there. That's like when it comes to music. Like, you know what I mean? The sound was like, yo, I had to be the most gangsterous person. So I'm gonna try to think of the most gangster shit to say. That's how I feel like that drill shit came to birth. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's crash out music at the end of the day. So if I say to paint a picture to what people gonna believe, like, y'all go to the block, I shooting everybody and stop it. That shit's gonna drive. You know what I mean? Plus, the corporation gonna feed dollars in that shit. Everybody wanna hear that shit.
Yeah, Chief Keef was
Chief
Keef was the poster child for it, and then they ran with it.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? Yeah, man. It's like you said, the people that do make music that can heal don't get the love, they don't get the appreciation, so they push that to the back. But what's not funny about that, but what's ironic about that is I don't know if you guys heard here in Texas, they just executed a brother for a crime that was done here, actually in the city I live in Garland. Apparently, some people lost their life in their early 2000s, mid 2000s. They ran up in the studio and shot like the engineer, killed them, and some other people. And the brother that they executed wrote a song about it. But
I heard about that.
He apparently he had nothing to do with it. He just knew. I think his cousin was the one who did it, so his cousin told him about it, and he just wrote the record about it. So they used his lyrics against him in court, and that's how they convicted him, is based off of that. Even though they didn't have any DNA and that kind of stuff. So like Karev said, they're using hip hop as a tool against you now, even if it's supposed to be freedom of speech. But there were 12 people in that jury that felt like that was him telling what happened, and it's going on to this day now where they're trying to use a lot of these artists' music against them. So it's kind of like you putting that negative energy out there. That's kind of going to follow you. You know what I'm saying? It's going to definitely follow you.
Now that's a fact, because at the end of the day, rules though. You know what I mean? These young kids need real OGs. You know what I mean? Because if you did do something, why you telling? Like, you supposed to take that shit to the grave. That's how I was brought up. You know what I mean? And I'm raising my sons like that. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, we're gonna go down the straight path. We're gonna resort to the crash out button if we're trying to defend ourselves. Like, you understand what I'm saying? And if you do music, of course, it's freedom of speech to express yourself, but I'm not out here doing shit that's gonna get me jammed the fuck up. You understand what I'm saying? Because just because it's a song or it's just entertainment, that's like if somebody do something, or I'm just doing it for content. No, motherfucker, this is the real world. You will get that shit would get used, they will put you away, you'll be another number and you'll be forgotten about. That is simple. And another thing, if you do a crime, Kawon, you tell me, I'm not making a song or telling no fucking body about it. Because I'm pretty sure when you tell somebody something, you're like, yo, no, this between me and you, this will happen. But niggas be quick to either tell a female, like, yo, look, Kawon, he said he did it.
Fired up. I remember back in the day, I know Karev remember this one, when they used to say, gangster rap, right? And Eazy-E had the line where he was like, nobody calls Al Pacino a gangster actor. Why do they got to call us gangster rappers?
Word.
So,
That's a fact.
I remember that used to always be the thing, is when they used to call it gangster rap, and then NWA used to always be in the forefront of like, yo, we just telling stories, man. We ain't no gangster.
You got to say that, you know what I mean? Or they're going to use that shit against you. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So, damn, that's crazy.
Man, I'm putting up our feeds and our stuff online, and all I can say is, if y'all really not tapped into the show, look at what y'all missing, because on every other podcast, all they talking about is who got robbed, who got shot, who got this, or who got not, who got big old breasts, whose butt is fat, and they ain't talking the truth. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure to talk to y'all.
Get in the comments. Go to
All right, let's go to the
Clarissa.
comments.
Yeah,
Hold on, let's
hip
go to
hop.
Trap Barrel Gigolo. He said, great show tonight, as always. Make sure you subscribe and follow each page every Sunday at 8 p.m. We are here. And hopefully during football season, we will entertain y'all just as much as that football game, because we'll see what we're going to do. And shout out to Clarissa Tercios. Shout out to you. Sorry if I said your name wrong.
Let
Hip-hop
me respond to that.
is going in the mainstream. Today's rap is trash. Want to respond to that?
Yeah, let me respond to that real first. Like, I agree with that. You know what I mean? Like, mainstream rap is trash to me. I feel like that influence is gone. That's just my personal opinion. You know what I mean? Because back in the day, I used to line up to try to get the albums when they first come out. When they was dropping them just on Tuesday, I used to work for Target overnight. So when I used to get off that Monday going to the Tuesday, before the store opened, I was able to get my favorite albums. That's why I found out who Future was, because I used to get like gift cards for having the best performance. You know what I mean, that night, and I just spend my money on buying real albums. And I found out about Future, his Pluto, and I became a fan. But we talking about 2026. Indie is where it's at, you know what I mean? Because then they grind, you know what I mean? They got a platform, which is their platform, or any other platform that they want to go to, whether it's any us three, Heritage Hip-Hop, you know what I mean? The Mixtape Show, the Hello Effect. So fuck the mainstream. They already millionaires. Why continue to support some people that don't put shit back into hip hop or back in the community? So find you a dope artist from your city, from another city. And once again, you can refer to any of our 3 pages because we got what you need. But you damn near right. Fuck mainstream hip hop.
Jones Rugged says, but you know, situations like that just remind you how powerful hip hop is and has become if they use it against us. True indeed. Miss Clarissa says, look at how Ebro and Rosenberg call Thriller the Thriller album the McDonald's of albums. People who were in charge messed it all up. Well, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but when you a fucking asshole and you just say anything to get clicks and make people talk about you, it is what it is. Because at the end of the day, Thriller changed the world. Everybody still wants to be Michael Jackson. And to keep shit relevant, people want to make Beyonce Michael Jackson, and that shit ain't happening. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Fuck Ebro. Didn't Ebro fuck up Hot 97 by becoming a program director and not playing New York music and then telling people they had to get
That's
hot
what they
to
said.
get on it? So at the
That's
end
what
of the
they
day,
said.
at the end of the day, fuck him. Thriller is a classic. I don't like every song on there personally, but Thriller is a classic. It ain't about the opinion. It's about the fact. It's a classic.
Let me ask you a question. So you're speaking on that.
What's up?
In y'all opinion, what make an album a classic? You know what I mean? Is it the amount of the songs that's on it that's hot? Like, say if the project got 15 songs and out of 10 of them, they all hit. Like, how do y'all judge a classic?
Kawon, you want to go first?
Yeah, this is always one of those topics we're going to do a whole show for. For me, is if I could throw it in today and I still got that feeling, that's a classic to me. I can still throw on Illmatic. I can still throw on 36 Chambers. I can still throw on Midnight Marauders and still get that. I can throw on the Prince record. To me, that's a classic. If I still get those feelings that I forget when I first heard it, and it puts that smile on my face, it's a classic. I don't care about record sales. I don't care about that type of stuff. That's for the mainstream. That's for the labels to talk about. For me, if you could throw it in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the road, and it still hit to you like it did back in the day, to me, that's a classic.
Solid.
All right, for me, it's different because I got a show coming soon on Heritage Hip-Hop called The Classic Divide, where we take albums and we're going to dissect the albums to see if it really is a classic or not, or people just really whatever, they stuck on it. For me, a classic album, we have the no skip rule, right? But people say if the album has skips, it's not a classic, okay? To me, sometimes skips are subjective, so I don't really deal with that too much. Because like I said, Thriller is a classic, but I don't like every song on Thriller. But that doesn't mean it's a classic. No. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody else really likes that album like that. So for me, a album being a classic is it like a flag post in time? Like, did the music industry change because that album came out? That's number one. Number two, did it change the culture inside and outside because of it? Number three, people always say music is dated, but it's supposed to be dated because it's relevant to the era. So can I play it today and it helps me appreciate the era? That's the one. And the last thing of what makes a song a classic is subject matter. Because there's certain things that need to be talked about, and there's certain things that may sound good that I don't want to hear. Like a lot of people like Lil Wayne music. I don't want to hear about lean. That is a certain part of the era that, you know, whatever, but songs about getting high don't really make me like, yo, that's something that's, you know what I'm saying? Which could be subjective. But if you think about it in the long run, the albums that really made marks talked about life, society, and individualism in some type of way. And if your album doesn't hit those marks, I doubt it's a classic. You just made a collaboration or a compilation of songs. All the greatest albums. And look, here's another thing. Here's a sidebar for y'all. Most of the greatest albums in history are thematic. It's very rare you don't have a theme to your album and it lives forever. If you can't tell people about you in context to the world you live in, you're not making a classic. You're just making songs. But if you can have a theme and you can make your album a piece of art, if it's artistic, that's a classic.
Word. No, I agree. I mean, I could think of two classic. Me personally, off the top of my head, just randomly. DMX, Dark as Hell is Hot. That's a classic for me. And Young Jeezy, Thug Motivation 101. You know what I mean? Them both, like Jeezy, that album for me at that time, I was going down south a lot, you know what I mean? You know, a lot of people from up north really wasn't on the south like that. You know what I mean? I catch on music a little bit early. And that shit was just that's I could still turn that shit on right now. You know what I mean? Working out, cleaning up, listen to the whole shit without no skips, yo. Both albums. Play them shits all through.
Correct. What's your surprise one that you would call out that nobody would see coming? Classic album.
A surprise classic?
For you, that somebody, if you told them that, they'd be like, oh, I didn't think you would go there.
I don't know, because I don't know what people think I'm into. I don't know. Because everybody probably think I'm just hip hop.
Yeah.
South artists. Go with a South artist, because you're from up north. Any South artist as a classic to you?
It's a lot. I like Dirty, Pimpin' the Gangster. I like that. I think that's a classic. Their first album is a classic to me. Alabama hip hop. That was fresh at the time. Feeny Shakur co-signed that shit. Big Crit.
All right.
You know, he got two for me. Forever joint and the Cadillactica. Damn, yo. Everybody know Outkast and all that shit.
Yeah.
Mine is
T.I. trap music.
You know?
Mine
is
okay.
Riding Dirty is mine, UGK. That's my surprise.
Okay.
Because that introduced me, being a guy from New York, that introduced me to Texas hip hop to me. I was like, oh, okay, this is what y'all rocking with. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and Scarface the Diary. That's my favorite. That's like one of my favorite top 3 albums of all time.
Hell yeah, yo. On 8-Ball MJG.
Okay.
World. Yo,
Top of the
Scarface has so many. Like Mr. Scarface is the class. Untouchable, Diary, fucking The Fix.
Yo, Suave House. We're gonna have to get into Suave House one day.
Shout out to Tony Draper.
They did some things that people overlook during that period. Suave House.
Word. Shout out to Tony Draper, yo. Shout out to Suave House made my favorite hip hop beat of all time. Rakim Has Been a Long Time remix. That's my favorite hip hop beat of all time. So yeah. Shout out to Tribero Gigolo. He said Big Crit is so slept on. Rick Ross, Teflon Don, which I could skip. God bless you. We got
Nah.
Clarissa. Most of my classics never went gold or platinum, like groups, like albums by the groups like the Alcoholics.
Yeah.
Alcoholics is nice.
Alcoholics
Paul
is
Wall,
nice.
People's Champ by Tribero Gigolo.
Nah,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I never became a full Paul Wall fan. You know what I mean? I say Mike Jones, that first album.
Yeah. Who was Mike Jones?
Yeah, Mike Jones put all of them on, like respectfully. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
like he was the yeah, exactly. He had that wave at that time.
So we talk about legacies. Maybe we need to talk about Mike Jones.
Well,
Maybe we should get Mike Jones.
I want to
on the
interview
show.
him. Yeah,
and the number still work. Call him.
334. I'm pretty sure we could probably reach out to him personally.
The number still work, bro.
Yeah,
Fuck it, call him right now. Then call him right now on the show. Then fuck it. Yeah, let's get it. All right. Yeah, all right.
We're gonna do something live right now.
Yeah. Call him right now. Who? He gonna answer for who? Mike Jones.
Yeah, Big Mike was. I see somebody said Big Mike when he was in Ghetto Boys. Yeah, he was nice. Big Mike was. That's something serious. Album was dope. I remember that one.
All right, I'm about to call it right now. Hold
up. You said we got a phone line, so.
I used to what's my man name? That was dope too. Paul Wall. I probably can get a Paul Wall interview. My man DJ Unique is his tour DJ who lives out here, and I'm real cool.
Oh yeah, let's get it. Let's get him on the show, man.
See if I can make that happen.
Yeah, I used to want to get Slim Thug until he started running his mouth and the way he think, his mindset. I don't agree with that shit. So I would never want to talk to him, especially his views on women. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't like men who always want to kick down this any type of way. It don't even matter if they're good or bad, especially from shit you don't even know about. You just reading shit like us and want to put your opinion out there. Like, I don't like people like that.
Yeah. What you got, Karev?
It's disconnected.
Jones lied. They said the number still works. So the number 281-330-8004. I called it. This is what I got. Hold up. It's ringing.
Okay.
I don't want to embarrass anybody. They pick up. It's not them. Let me just mute and make sure.
There we go. We got a Mike Council exclusive.
Oh, Mike Jones.
See, this will make me mad. It says Jimmy Food Mart. Mike Jones sold out.
He had to sell that number.
I called it. It got too hot. You know what I'm saying? But I called it. Shout out to Clarissa. She said Big Mike, ex-member of the Ghetto Boys, was nice. Mr. Peter Main. That's been talking about. Yeah, that's the man.
Yeah.
All the early Texas and Atlanta hip-hop albums were classics to me by Jones Rugged. Ghetto Boys, Gripping on That Other Level album is a classic. Shout out to New Jersey. Ready Red, Trenton, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Carissa said, I love hearing Southern rappers on boom bap beats. That Southern accent sounds clean on those beats. All right, shout out to T.I. Kiss your ass goodbye.
Never belongs to Mike Jones' grandchild.
That's funny as shit. Yeah, Mike Jones, he said the numbers still work in the interview. So we called the 281, and guess what? Jimmy's Food Mart gonna call me back. Thinking we looking for a Jimmy in his Food Mart. We looking for Mike Jones.
They're gonna hurry up and buy it. That's what they're gonna tell you.
Ludacris Chicken and Beer. Classic? That's an interesting thing. I don't know.
Yo, fuck it. Let's talk about Ludacris real quick before we get up out of here. Did you ever hear that shit back in the day? That song he had put a stole for somebody from North?
Yeah, IOF. The song
was that true?
Yeah. I interviewed Mitty Murdoch. Y'all can watch my interview on Heritage Hip-Hop with Mitty Murdoch, and he tells you the story.
Okay. Okay.
IOF. It's only family. It's only family. Shout out to IOF.
Hey.
Yeah.
I thought they was reaching. You know what I mean? When that first came out. I didn't know it was true. No, okay.
And supposedly somebody paid off their lawyer, and their lawyer never showed up to court, and that's how I got thrown out, and Ludacris won.
Nah, you gotta see Ludacris and smoke. It's smoke now when I see you. Straight up. He already got Bangladesh looking for him.
When I move, you move.
Just like that.
Yeah. But everybody, thank you for watching the Mike Council this week. At the end of the day, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. And check out the show. And please share the show with other people who love music as you do. Because we're on the road to 5,000. We call it the road to 5K. With each one of our YouTube pages, Heritage Hip-Hop, DJ Kawon, and the Hello Effect reach 5,000 subscribers, we're all going to do something to say thank you to all of you for supporting us. And not only that, we are on the road. Uh-oh. Hold on, wait, y'all. Hey, hold on.
On the
Shout
road to
out to the
5,000.
family that walk through and make mad noise. Shout out to the family that walk through and make mad noise when you try to do your show.
They said
'Cause at
bleep
the
your
end of the
show.
day,
Bleep your
that-
show.
that was crazy. But shout out to everybody watching because the Heritage Hip Hop Awards is coming. August 29th, 2026, where we are going to highlight the best project of the year, the artist of the year, the Govmatic Award of the year. We're also going to talk some solo stuff. We're also going to highlight producers, the women out there, and with the Hello Effect and the Mixtape show on, we might actually do collabs of the year. We gonna make this show dope. You know what I'm saying? And we want y'all to look forward to it. So please, all artists, I'm putting this on here now, for the Heritage Hip Hop Awards, you have to submit to be a part of the show. We are taking submissions for Album of the Year, Collaboration of the Year. We're taking music videos and freestyle videos so that you could be a part of this show. And if you haven't seen the Heritage Hip Hop Awards before, check out on Heritage Hip Hop, the Heritage Hip Hop Awards for last year. You'll see it on there. You'll see it. And when you do, you know how we get down and how we celebrate the culture. And everybody that's commenting and a part of the show, we're going to celebrate y'all on this show as well. Like I said, your comments count. So be clear, we're all going to do something to be a part of this show, and I can't wait to make this show happen. So do y'all want to say, oh yeah, come on, we got to do our thing, man. We slacking. Before we leave out of here, y'all, Kawon, what's in your rotation? Talk about it.
I mentioned it a little bit earlier. We got my first video from the album Boom Bap Alumni. Dirty Angels featuring Cole Camp from Canada is on my YouTube. So after the show goes off, stay on my YouTube page and go back about 1 or 2 videos and you'll see the official video. I'm listening to my man my drums too. I'm gonna get to it in a minute. Note 82 just dropped a EP called the B EP. He's rhyming over some common beats from the B album, and if you hear the project, those beats sound like they were custom made for Notes. So shout out to Notes on recreating the B album and calling it the BEP. I got another brother from Boston named P-Ro. He just dropped a really dope, politically driven album called Parlor Tricks, as usual. And he's talking about everything that's going on right now in the political spectrum. You definitely want to peep that. And my man Drums Rug is going to release his next video from the Keep It Rugged album this week. Looking for a way out. I got to shoot everything for him, so I was on my Hype Williams and got to shoot that for him,
Alright.
edit him. So that's going to drop this week. I believe Wednesday is the date we're going to drop it. So shout out to him for that. So that's all I got.
All right,
Right
nice. Nice. All right, far as me, Seek, personal rotation. I don't really have nobody personal in my rotation. I'm just working with various artists from different states, you know what I mean, that's consistent, that's taking a art serious. But I do want to highlight my man my brother from Southside Jamaica, Queens, that always show love and support. He showed back, and his whole family out there, Fame. You know what I mean? He just dropped a project recently. You could go on my page, on my IG, and see, you know what I mean, what we've been doing. We had the Rochdale Village Cypher Part 1. You know what I mean? It was a great turnout. Look for Part 2. Shout out to Amber Cheyenne. She's from, I believe, Tampa, Florida. She's a female artist, dope. You know what I mean? She got bars. You know what I mean? She's sexy. And anybody else that's just rocking with the Hello Effect movement, I mean, and watching as we build brick to brick this community, you know what I mean? And I also want to do shout out to Jersey, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people probably see my stuff and be like, damn, you don't really do stuff with Jersey. It ain't that I don't do stuff with Jersey. I don't do stuff with artists that like pretty much feel like you got to do something for them because they from where you from, or they feel like they have the talent and you need them more than they need you. You know what I mean? We need each other. It should be a collaboration. For anybody that has that type of mindset, I don't want to know business with you. I don't even want to speak to you. I don't want to do no services with you. But if you have the same like-minded like me and you want to see results, come tap in because I work hard. I wake up every day and do this shit. This is a part of my life. No matter if I'm getting paid yet for it, time is money. You know what I mean? If you don't respect my time, if you don't feel like I deserve to get paid, if you don't have in your mind like, yo, I'm investing in Seek because he's gonna invest in me, don't even hit me up. Don't even follow me. If you do follow me, unfucking follow me. Plain and simple. You know what I mean? But shout out to all the people, the indie, because that's what I'm rocking with. Fuck the mainstream. Y'all already billionaires and millionaires. Shout out to the indies that's grinding, that's investing in yourself, that's making dope projects, that's going to see producers, you know what I mean? Real producers. You know what I mean? That's going to see videographers. You know what I mean? That's going to see people that's going to help push, market, and brand your stuff. Salute to y'all. Much love and respect.
All right, I got a bunch in my rotation this week. Shout out to the 17 Cypher, the Sound Scoundrels. I rock with that. Shout out to Fat Boy Sharif. He got the Crayon Project. Let me get the name of it so I could give it the right shout out. Shout out to D Bridges and the Purple Roses project. I'm listening to that. Shout out to like I said, Fat Boy Sharif, Crayola Circles with Child Actor. That's the producer. I'm messing with Fat Boy Sharif right now as well. D Bridges. Shout out to Freaka. He got a new song out, Mr. Big Shot. Check that. Boom Bap Alumni is sounding good. Shout out to Ace Wonder and Notes 82. Y'all don't know who Notes and Ace Wonder is? Check out Heritage Hip-Hop's past interviews. We's rocking. Off the record. We need Kawon, we need that off the record popping. We got to go sit down and talk about every track. So y'all can look forward to that too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shaheem the Rugged Child. I think he had one of the best verses on that Jay Worthy album that just came out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know, I don't know if y'all don't mess with Jay Worthy. He from the West Coast. He got a soundtrack, Once Upon a Time soundtrack that's out right now. Shaheem had one of the best verses on the album to me. And let's see if there's anything else I'm rocking with right now. Billy Dan's still in the rotation. Shout out to Billy Dan's. That album, The Answer, is one of the ones to me, yo. For this year, not like I ain't gonna say it's bona fide classic, whatever. When I say one of the ones, is one of them top albums this year that really is a statement album. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. And I'm looking forward to the Bad Seed Flip Wilson 2 with Shade Cobain. I heard one of the songs. Woo! Underground is definitely running it right now, and it's going to be even nicer. Trap Barrel Gigolo said Jay Worthy is the truth. He cool. Him and London Drugs, him and Sean House, they know how to put an album together. Really, they're not bad, yo. I'm keeping it real. I mean, the album's pretty good. So if y'all want to, check out some of that music, there we go. So, all right, yo, we all gonna get up out of here. We'll see y'all next week. Same time, same channels. Make sure y'all tap in.
Tap in. Follow.
Take us home.
Hey, yo, listen, man. If you ain't followed, if you ain't subscribed to any of the channels, make sure y'all lock in, do it. If you got friends and family or anybody that's involved in music that want to see good content, want to hear good content, want to rock with like-minded people that's going to help push your career further, look no further. Right here, all three of us. Lock in. We all collectively do our own thing, but together is an unstoppable force. Like, respectfully, I ain't just talking my shit because we're about our shit. Go check out our page. Make sure y'all stay safe. Make sure y'all work on y'all mental health because it's crazy out here. Don't let what other people doing fucking cloud your mind and have you get you jammed up. Until we meet again, every Sunday is going down 8 p.m. live on all three of our channels on YouTube. If you want to be a guest in the future, make sure you email us or DM us. If you got a project you want us to listen to, review, if you want to do business with us, reach out. We here for y'all. Have a good night.
Peace, and we out.
Thank you, and good night. We are Heritage Hip-Hop. Real hip-hop. Real